My name is Ross Peretta, and this is Riding with Rossum. Today, we're going to be talking about the 2023 Honda HR-V because I finally got one in. These are certainly hard to come by, so if you are interested in them and I have one available, now would definitely be the time to give me a call. 315-886-1147. Now, let's talk a little bit about this redesign for the 23. As you can see, they've completely redone the front end. They went with a much bolder styling and a much sleeker look all the way around. The HR-V is also much bigger than its predecessor, which allows for more cargo and more room for passengers. In the front, you can definitely tell they definitely went with styling by using all new LED headlights, which are paired with the LED taillights in the back. Let's dig in. So the HR-V is Honda's subcompact SUV. In this case, the word that you want to think about when you're thinking about HR-V is versatility, because it has the cargo and it has the passenger room to fit a plethora of different needs. Let's check it out. So looking at the back passenger volume here, I would say it's almost doubled from its predecessors. There's definitely a ton of room and also 4 points where you can lock down some heavier cargo, which I really like that Honda did. You also have the built-in lights on either side, so no matter the lighting situation, you can see what you have stored back here. Now, the other thing that you can do with all of Honda's SUVs is push down on the seats and they will go nice and flat. And this is where Honda really stands out. If you're pushing a large object up, they do have this little flap right here, and that is designed to help make sliding things in much easier rather than exposing all the mechanisms that are underneath. This is, again, another point where Honda goes above and beyond for their customers. Let's check out the passengers. So the back seat of the HR-V in past generations has always felt a little tight to me, being a bigger gentleman. But I love the improvements in space that they've done in the new HR-V. I've got plenty of room for my legs, plenty of room to spread out a little bit. And all in all, it's just a very comfortable seat. I feel like it's more of a captain's chair than it is being relegated to the back seat. I even have my own map light. Pretty nice. All right, let's start the virtual test drive. One of the first things that I noticed when I got into the vehicle, and again, something that I really love about Honda, is everything is where you'll find it no matter what the iteration of the vehicle is. Your Bluetooth and your audio controls are always on the left side of the steering wheel. Your automatic cruise control and your lane keep are always on the right side of the steering wheel. You've got a very large colored touchscreen that's very easy to grab while you're driving and move around. And then the HVAC controls are right here at your fingertips as well. One of the first things that I noticed, being that it has a new engine in the HR-V, is how much more get up and go it has. The engine really adds to some great acceleration and some amazing sounds when you do step on the acceleration. It really feels like it's much more nimble and aggressive than it has been in past generations. And I think that's what Honda wanted. They wanted this to make it a more sleek and desirable vehicle. Handling the roads quite well. And one of the things that I want to show you guys is the lane keep assist system. So the lane keep assist uses the forward-facing camera to assist with steering. Now, as you can see, I am not currently actively steering the vehicle. The vehicle is keeping me centered between the lanes. It will even go around these corners, so that way, God forbid you had to open up a soda or something to that effect. I always joke around with my customers and say, if you had to reach back and swat a kid, you can do so knowing that the vehicle is going to keep you on the road. Now, after a while, you will get a notice on your screen that'll start flashing, letting you know that steering is required, because this is not meant to be a hands-free driving experience. It's just meant to make, especially those long trips, a little bit easier. So, this is handling the corners quite well. Any steering input that I put in definitely gets a response on the highway, and makes it feel more like a car rather than an SUV. One of the things I personally like about Hondas. So we've gone on to a little bit more of a country drive. Road's a little rougher, has a little bit more bumps. I'm noticing that I don't feel the bumps, nor am I having to shout for you guys to hear me. This vehicle is quiet. There's not a lot of road noise. It just seems like a very peaceful drive. It's almost eerily so. That's because Honda goes the extra mile with providing things like a sound-absorbing glass and battens. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a right here, and I am going to go up a very steep hill so that you can see the acceleration. As you can see, this has plenty of power to get up and get out of its own way, even on the steep hills, and it likes to hug the corners. This is a very fun drive, that's for certain. Now, you do have 3 settings on your vehicle. You have an eco mode, which is going to give you the best fuel economy, and you have a snow mode, which is going to really highlight how great the all-wheel drive is. Now, 99% of the vehicles we're going to get in for HRV are going to be that all-wheel drive system. So during the winter times, you know that you got Honda's going to have your back. One of my favorite things about the redesign and how they brought the bottom of the windshield a little bit closer to me is that is going to open up what I like to call the big greenhouse effect, where it doesn't matter which direction I look at, there's plenty of glass for me to see. Even in my rear view mirror, I can see a lot more than I have in previous generations. It's definitely a market improvement, and definitely something when you have a nice view like this that you'd want to be able to actually take in some of the vistas. Now, one of my favorite safety features they have is the lane departure warning. And the way that that works is as you steer over the lines in the road, the first thing you'll notice is that the steering wheel is going to vibrate in your hand. It's going to let you know that you are going off the side of the road. The other thing that you're going to notice is that there is a warning that comes up right where your tachometer is that lets you know that you've departed from the lanes. Really nice safety feature, very seamless, not too distracting, and definitely adds to the overall safety of Honda vehicles.